All right, the last topic we want to talk about was the recent trailer for the Masters of the Universe film, new film. And I want to talk about this because of a couple things. One, I think it's hilarious. We're not going to go over this too long, but the fact that people are looking at the part where it says he, him, and they're not seeing the joke in the fact that he's called He Man
He-Man,
is bananas to me. And I think that you all need to go out and touch grass,
please.
gravel, asphalt. You just need to be outside. I think you are
Yeah,
behind your computer a little too much. Cause yeah. What I will say beyond that though is that the trailer, I'm excited for He-Man, even though it's not hugely nostalgic for me, just because of how long it's been since a He-Man has been in the talk. Like I know the Netflix show was really, really good. I enjoyed it. But outside of that and my old memories of the older film and the older cartoon show, it's not like Transformers where there was a new animated show like every year. Um,
right.
I my nostalgia level is low, but I'm excited to see what they do with it. On the flip side, though, looking at the trailer, it looks like every other superhero something like ensemble film. Even the color grading, I feel like is just. I expected brightness, bright
Mhm.
colors, over the top shenanigans. This whole fish out of water storyline to help you potentially explain his universe to people who don't know what He-Man is not it's just not what I want at
Mm-mm.
all. I want like freaking James Gunn's Superman where he starts the movie as Superman. He
Mhm.
actually starts the movie already beaten up. Like I was
Yes.
thinking it was going to be like a flash forward, flash back type of situation. No, this is
Yeah.
present time Superman being slapped around. Like that was great. We didn't have to go through any origins like talking about. It was mainly like we are here now because we know what it is. I
Yeah.
think the Masters of the Universe film, although they some explanation is needed, I don't think you need to have it where this person is just unaware or essentially don't know what happened over the last however many years, and we have to go back with him and figure it all out. I just don't want that as a story. I just
Right.
don't. Um, and it just it has a very much of a Guardians of the Galaxy. I think someone did a like a hypercut of like
They did.
all those type of shit, those films, right? And it's like yeah, they even have the same pose at one point. And it doesn't help that Idris has already been in Suicide Squad and in in this like in a
Like,
similar manner. Like it's like it feels very samey. I'm hoping it isn't. I'm
yeah.
hoping it isn't. And I could say that at the very least, Skeletor looks amazing. I
He
don't know
does.
why, is giving me bad B vibes, but that's just what it is. It's yeah, Skeletor looks
Yeah.
great.
Skeletor
Skeletor
really
looks great.
does. He really does actually look great. And the thing for me, I think one of the issues with that for me with Skeletor looking great is like I keep seeing that little cut where Skeletor goes, "What?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, Skeletor looks amazing and looks like, oh, okay, that's a villain. I should
Yeah.
be scared of him. I was never scared of Skeletor in the show because
Right?
Skeletor was so ridiculous. There was nothing
Yes.
serious about this show. And maybe it was serious when I was 5. Maybe there
Facts.
was seriousness to it when we were children and the stakes were high because we didn't know any better. We
Right.
didn't understand the world. And it's like if He-Man gets into a pickle, like we're like, "Oh my god, He-Man, he's gonna like we don't know what's gonna happen. He's gonna fall into a volcano. He's gonna fall into the lava and die. Oh no." And as adults, we're like, first of all, not gonna happen because then the movie would be over. But second of all, not gonna happen because it's not. Because He-Man always wins. Da 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 da. And
Right.
I was potentially hoping because again, I can't take it seriously, and I don't think any of us should. Um, I really, and maybe this has been done because it has been done. I think that we know that it's been done, but where we have the type of films where we don't take the superheroes seriously and we laugh at them
Right, right,
and
right.
they're laughing a little bit at themselves too, kind of a little bit like The Tick, which is I just freaking
Amazing. Yeah.
love The Tick. Um, because one like the signature things about He-Man is his big square chin, a dimple in his chin and the big biceps and everything. Just there's nothing you can take seriously about He-Man, especially if you are an adult. Again, when you're a child, and of course you're trying to like force masculinity down your throat and all these other things, masculinity with a bare loincloth. Yeah, sure. But like, I just I feel like this should not be serious. And I'm not talking about a what is that? What
You're
did
not
you
you're
call?
not saying that it should be competent, just not serious.
Right, right. Because it needs well, as a human adult, I can't be transported to this world.
Facts. Yeah.
Okay, this doesn't exist, and I want it to be as funny as humanly possible because it's like I'm not going to believe you. I fear that we might end up with one of those situations that we did with Mortal Kombat, where they
Mm.
tried to tell us that the other realms exist and everybody was living in our world, and then they would go to the other realms to do their fighting and all this kind of stuff, and it was like it's a lot of exposition, and and us having to believe that these other realms exist, and none of it makes any sense. I do not understand where Hiroyuki Sanada, love him by the way, learned English in that period of time to only say, "Get over here." I'm
Right.
still trying to figure this out. I'm still
Right.
trying to understand it. Don't know why he's not saying it in Japanese, and I don't understand. I get it in the game. We all get it in the game. It's the game is in English. Okay?
Right.
But
Right.
as this character was not speaking a lick of English when he was introduced and then disappears from the movie and then shows back up again only to say, "Get over here," I am lost. Like,
Yeah.
so so no, there was no immersion. You've lost me on world building, and so in that respect, what I am seeing from the trailer is that you have this man or this person living this life, this again, you said fish out of water, who feels different, and then as an adult or at some point in time realizes he's from another place and that now we need to go to
Yeah.
that place. And that in and of itself to me has more of a serious connotation with jokes versus something that's just flat out silly. Like
Yeah.
like and so that concerns me because I feel like it would be better if it was just like, let's not take this seriously. This man is literally a size 56 suit. Okay. Okay,
Right.
let's talk about this. Um and goes from being apparently from being normally just walking around in his regular, I'm assuming, American life, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden is now walking around in a pair of underwear and some leather, bearskin boots or something like
Yeah.
that. So and oh, and there's a sword.
Right.
There's a sword. I found your
Yeah.
sword. Okay. Again, not clowning the movie, haven't seen it. We've only seen the preview, and I'm just saying, my kind of initial thoughts. I am hoping because of course I want movies to be good. I don't just want them to be bad. I don't want something to be bad like, "Oh, I told you." No, like that's stupid. I want to be entertained in this world.
Right.
So so I'm hoping that the film is good, but it is
Right.
giving me Mortal Kombat vibes,
Yes.
and Mortal Kombat movies, especially the one that I just talked about, are
Yeah.
objectively bad.
Yeah, I don't well, I have hope because it's the director is Travis Knight and he did the Bumblebee film, which
Yeah,
was great.
yeah.
He has an eye for this sort of thing, and so I have some, I feel like I'm gonna watch it. It's just
Mhm.
there's no we don't have to we can get that out there now. I am going to go see it, but
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's more of what he does with films
Mhm.
versus like how Minecraft was. And I know the Minecraft lovers out there, we had a whole deal with me saying it's not good, but it's just not a good film, and that's okay. It's all
Yeah.
right. You guys had a great time. But it's just not. And the same thing with Mortal Kombat. And also, I want to like be clear with this because people they hide behind this idea that it's silly. Mortal Kombat is silly. It's always been silly, in the video games and everything. Cool. The silliness isn't the problem. The
No,
silly it's the what's the problem is I have to believe that there's some type of stake in whatever it is you're doing. The
exactly.
original 1990 Mortal Kombat film, I could actually get on with that because
Yeah.
you built this up to where, oh, if Liu Kang dies, this is serious.
Yes.
And it felt that way with his brother dying in the beginning and all this other stuff. It felt there was some type of impact and I cared. It was still silly. It was still
Mhm.
like goofy.
Yeah.
Christopher Lambert as Raiden, like it's just silly.
It was very
But
silly.
they played it straight enough to where like I know this is silly, you know this is silly, but we still are entertained by what's happening.
Mhm.
Versus the new Mortal Kombat, where it's played extremely straight,
Yeah.
outside of Kano, and there's this new character that they introduced that to try to help us to build the world, but
Right.
everything takes place in our normal world, and it's like it does the opposite of what you're trying to do because now he's
Complete.
being explained as if like just basics of how this stuff works, and so you have to make it instead of just being, you're like, oh,
Right.
you have this, there's this stuff inside you that gives you magical powers and blah, blah, blah. And it's like it's more silly now. Like
Yeah, it's
it's
stupider.
no, because like in the original Mortal Kombat, they didn't explain how they just said Sub Zero can control ice. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. There was no explanation beyond that. Liu Kang shot one fireball the entire film, and there was no explanation. He just did it. With this, it's like, okay, so what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to power up before it's Dragon Ball Z. It's just
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just not. It didn't work for me. I'll just say that. And the only parts I cared about was when Sub Zero and Scorpion were fighting. That's it.
Yeah,
Everything else
that's
was
that was
whack.
literally the only part anybody actually care about. Again, Hiroyuki Sanada can sell me sand at
Yes.
a beach.
Yes.
Okay? Like he could literally sell me oil if somebody said that they were going to fry me. Like I love that man.
He's amazing. He's freaking amazing. And
Like
he brought a lot of life to the film.
yeah.
That was much that was needed. It was Mortal Kombat the exposition is what it was.
That's all it
And
was.
just a lot. And I'm not gonna go off on it because we did a whole
We
podcast
did.
talking about it.
We
But
did.
that's the fear that I have with Masters of the Universe is that you can have because I don't want people to think like when we say the things that we're saying that it has to be a certain way. It could be played
No.
seriously. It could be a big all for laughs. Both of these treatments could work. I don't think they both work hand in hand. I don't think that,
Yeah.
or at least some of these people aren't good enough to do that to make that work. I don't know about
There's that.
Travis Knight. We'll see. But like, there's a hand in hand that they're missing each other if this goes this way. And then also because superhero movies is a thing now, and we've had so many of
So
them,
many.
even though I'm not fatigued, I'm pretty sure this is going to have a fatiguous, like, it's in the realm of fatigue with superhero because it feels that way. It feels like like a spinoff of Guardians of the Galaxy. It
Mm.
feels like all you need is if they have anybody who's plucky like the raccoon, it's over. It's it. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Orko, but they haven't shown him yet.
Mm.
Like I'm and then also the color grading, like I don't know what happened in Hollywood where everything is like this grayish thing, like this sheen of gray that's all over
Mhm.
everything.
Mhm.
So glad Sinners doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Um, like, have y'all seen the cartoon? Like, I don't know.
Right,
I don't know.
right.
Like,
And
it's
that is something to talk about because we had other conversations where we talked about one-to-ones. We had these conversations where we're like, um, take me to the world, immerse me so that I can feel that this makes sense. Like
right,
when we talk about using a particular medium, like we've talked about how it's like how some things work in comic books or some things work as a cartoon and some things
right,
work as live action. Like we've gone over these things a lot and because it matters. And so
right,
when you have a certain type of story, there's a certain way to tell it, or there, I shouldn't say there's a certain way. I don't want to tell anybody how they need to tell their stories, but there are certain ways that tell the story better. There's certain ways that relay it. It's the same thing as if you were sitting down with a group of friends and you were literally talking about the time you killed a bug. How are you going? Like you could, I killed a bug today. Great, wonderful. This is why nobody ever invites you out. Shut up.
right,
Sit in that corner. You can't come out with us no more. Okay. Or you start off, you're like, guys, bro, remember my favorite pair of shoes, the one that I spent $400 on? Let me tell you why I can't wear it anymore. And you go
Right.
into all this detail, how this shoe is amazing, and then how this evil little thing showed up, and you try to find everything in your presence to murder this beast, this intrusive beast. And all you could
Right.
find is your favorite pair of Jimmy's shoes. And you went to town, and that heel was what you knew that 5-inch stiletto was a murderous device. And now it will never be worn again because it will forever be encased in plexiglass with a dead bug that's on its point. That, my friends, is a story by a girl with a concussion.
And honestly, like think about like hilarity aside, it's inherently silly. It's about killing a bug.
A
But the way
fucking
you
bug.
told it, it was like I'm engrossed now. I'm like, okay, what happened to the shoe? Like, did you keep the shoe? Like,
Did you
that's a
keep the
lot of
shoe?
money to spend on a shoe. Like, what happened there? Like that's yeah. Like I'm just saying, like there's a way of and mind you, I'm not a director. Like these people know what
Right.
they're doing.
Yes, they do.
But I feel like there's also, and it could be a studio thing. It might not even be the director. It could be because the He-Man. It took a long time to get He-Man off the ground. Like this has been
Yeah.
in the works for forever and a day. I remember there was
Yeah.
rumors of I think Brad Pitt was supposed to play He-Man at one point.
Mm.
Like it was a whole thing. And so the fact that we are like the film is actually coming out this year, that's a plus. We got it off the ground, folks.
Yeah.
It's great. Um, it's just there's things that we've seen over and over and over, and the results are kind of similar. And when you invest in all this money, you gotta get the money back.
Yeah.
And again, there's been great, like really good superhero films that haven't been all that great at the box office because people are fatigued on this concept. And Masters of the Universe is very close because you're not even calling it He-Man, you're calling it Masters of the Universe. It
Yeah.
sounds like a comic book already, even though it's
Yeah.
based on a show, you
Yeah.
know. And so it in my head, I would be like, you know what? Let's make this stand out so much that it doesn't feel like a comic book movie. Let's make this stand out so it doesn't feel like the next DC film or the next Marvel film or whatever the case may be. And from this particular trailer, they have not done that.
Right.
They have not done that at all. Um, and so I don't know. I'm looking forward to checking it out when it drops
Yep.
later this year. We will definitely come back, spin the block and talk about it when that happens. Probably me,
Yes.
because I'm gonna only want to be there. Um,
I'm like, if I
uh,
can find a way to watch it without me going, because people, I am not able to go to theaters. I
right, right, right.
cannot leave my home and watch movies in a loud, dark area. It's not going to function. I will leave in a stretcher. So
Yeah,
this coming from, yeah,
this might be something we have to do where we talk about it briefly, or I talk about it briefly, and then when we're able to rent it, we can watch
right,
it in parts, and then we will come back for a full type of review type situation a little bit
right.
later.
Or someone
Um,
gives me the bootlegged version, which I mean, I'm not telling you guys that you should go commit crimes. What I'm saying is that if a crime happens and I end up with the fruits of said crime, is it really a crime?
I feel like that's saying the same thing.
Is
I
it?
really do. I feel like
Okay.
that's yeah, that would be yeah,
Hmm.
because the fruits of the crime, yeah, that I would, unless you got it from like a pawn shop, but this is all digital, so that's not really possible. Yeah, I
True.
think it's about the same. It's about the
Okay.
same.
Well, I mean, no, no, don't go out and commit crimes on my behalf, people, or just don't get caught.